Hello students, and welcome to a quick recap of week 1. Initially, everyone should have completed the first day learning resources quiz to expose you to the course. Also, I want to make sure you know about how to find our course timeline. Each week you will have items due by Sunday. I will start to post additional chapters soon, so if you want to work ahead, you can. I want to make sure also that you know the procedures. Every time you start a module, you need to go to the Learning Resources page, scroll down to the bottom and mark it Done right down here. Then you will have a Learning Resource quiz that needs to be completed. This Learning Resource quiz can be completed an unlimited number of times before the due date. Next, you will have 3 assignments that can be found in Connect in your McGraw-Hill. The LearnSmart is very much like a flashcards. It'll show you a question and ask if you know it or not, and then if you get it correct, it will come out of the I just directly start the questions. It'll come out of the pile. But if you get it incorrect, you still have to answer it again. So the primary functions we're going to use are measure and communicate information. Very high confidence in that, so that would take it out of my pile of items to complete. The second assignment inside of your McGraw-Hill would be your brief exercises. That can be completed twice. And you have check my work and hints that you can utilize. Those do not take away from your points earned. So if you see on the side a hint button on any question, it will walk you through the problem and help you complete that question. Right here's a hint on question 9 of your brief exercises. If you check it, that's great, and you can do that twice per question. Once you submit it and then go back into it for a second attempt, you can have the check my works again available. So it's almost like 5 check my work options. And then the assignment that is due this coming Sunday is a regular assignment. That one can only be completed twice, but so just like your brief exercises, but sometimes it doesn't have as many hints. It does have the check my works. The other thing I want to talk about is if you did not pull up the Everything You Need to Know resources on our homepage, I would check those out. It has a list of all of the accounts that we will use and which financial statement you can see those accounts on. Also how all of the statements are connected. So a recap of chapter 1 says we put our revenue and expense accounts on the income statement. We're going to classify all of our accounts into either asset, liability, or equity accounts, but the equity information is broken down into common stock and retained earnings. So we have a whole statement about that. And then the net income for the month, quarter, or year is added to retained earnings, so it has its own separate statement. We always create the statements in this order: income statement, then the statement of stockholders' equity, because if there is profit or loss, we put it into the company's retained earnings or take it out of that. That is like the internal organic worth savings account of the company. But if you've worked on the regular homework assignment, there is a question where you cannot complete them in order because you have to know how the questions are connected. So the net income is given here on the retained earnings column. I would use that. When I go back to the income statement, I believe that's question 6. So a recap of this week is that for sure you need to know the 3 main financial statements: income statement, statement of stockholders' equity, and the balance sheet, what goes on all of those statements. Also, you need to know the parameters of our class, that you complete the Learning Resource page and mark it Done first, and then the Learning Resource quiz, then jump into all of your assignments. You also do have a timed quiz at the end of each chapter, and we will start chapter 2 next week, or if you want to jump into it already, which talks about how we apply the term debit and credit It will have everything for Chapter 2 due by the end of the day next Sunday. So that should be due, I believe, September 10th, and that will be released soon. Also, your Chapter 1 exam is due a week from today, this coming Wednesday, September 6th. So important due dates. You have some items due this Sunday, September 3rd. You'll have a test due for Chapter 1 by the end of the day, September 6th. And then you'll have all of Chapter 2 stuff due by the end of the day, September 10th. Let me know if you have any questions.